Well, the last 4 fights he went into, he was an underdog in every fight. And the last 3, he showed what he was all about. You know, he well won the fights, well won them, and showed against undefeated fighters. And Daniel brings his youth and this newfound attitude that he's got. He's got a tremendous attitude. He's got a great attitude, and he really is up for this fight and believes in it.
Frank Warren has no doubts that Daniel Dubois is coming to destroy Joseph Parker. The promoter's confidence is unshakable, warning Parker that Dubois is stronger, sharper, and more dangerous than ever. Meanwhile, an undeterred Joseph Parker has taken his preparations to the next level, displaying a physique that has left fans and analysts in awe. Training footage and images circulating online show the former champion looking stronger than ever, with added muscle and a renewed sense of determination. His transformation has not gone unnoticed, with many believing he is coming in heavier and more powerful for this fight. On the other side, Daniel Dubois remains laser focused, seeing this as his moment to prove a point. When asked if he had gotten under Parker's skin during the face-off, Dubois didn't seem concerned. For him, this fight is about execution, being stronger, faster, and simply better in every aspect. He believes that his training camp has shaped him into a more complete fighter, someone capable of overwhelming Parker with power and precision.
Out of you, of course. What did you take from the face-off with Joseph Parker? He seemed to get a little bit annoyed. Do you think you're under his skin at all?
I don't know if I'm under his skin. I know what I'm here for and what I've been training in camp for now. I just feel I've got to be better. I've got to be stronger, faster, and everything.
Frank Warren, Dubois' promoter, has full confidence in his fighter, but isn't underestimating Parker's abilities. He acknowledged Parker's evolution, calling him a polished and dangerous opponent.
Frank, over in Riyadh, I mean, when you look at Joseph Parker, he's had to more or less reinvent himself in recent times. I mean, he is the polished article. This will be a serious test for Daniel Dubois, in some ways more serious than AJ was.
I agree with that. You know, he's a former world champion. He's got loads and loads of experience, and he's on a really good roll at the moment.
However, Warren remains convinced that Dubois' power is the real difference maker. He expects an all-out war, with both men looking to land big shots early. But in Warren's view, Dubois possesses the harder punch and the chin to withstand anything Parker throws at him. This, according to him, will be the deciding factor when the dust settles.
Because they'll both be throwing shots, they'll big shots, they'll be looking to command respect, and I think at the end of the day, whoever lands that big punch will be like the Joshua fight. Whoever lands that big one, they'll take command of the fight. And the thing is that for Joe, the problem he's got, I think that Daniel's the harder puncher. And he's got a good chin, by the way.
Both fighters have now arrived in Riyadh, marking the official start of Fight Week. The anticipation has only grown as they step onto Saudi soil, knowing that the next few days will shape the biggest moment of their careers. The IBF heavyweight title bout on February 22nd is no longer a distant goal. It's right in front of them. Dubois arrived at the Grand Arrivals with undeniable confidence, making it clear that he was feeling his best. He described himself as flying, fully prepared, and eager to get to work. In his eyes, there was no need for more words. The only thing left was to step into the ring and prove himself.
You know, I'm flying. I feel really confident, ready to go now, ready to... Talking's done, let's go to work.
Looking beyond this fight, he had no doubts about his path. He believes that he's ready to go through Parker, put him away, and move on to bigger challenges. The hunger in his voice left no room for hesitation. His focus extended far beyond just this bout.
You know, just war. I'm ready to fight. You know, whatever happens, I'm ready to go through him and, you know, put him to sleep, go for the next one. I'm hungry.
On the other side, Parker didn't hold back from teasing Frank Warren, making light of the promoter's unwavering belief in Dubois. With a playful jab, he imagined Warren celebrating like a champion himself after the fight. "I think champion of the world, Frank Warren will be there, and we'll all be celebrating," he joked. But beneath the humor, he remained focused. "As you can see, I'm happy, I'm excited, and I'm looking forward to Saturday." Despite the lighthearted approach, he understood the weight of the moment, adding, "I respect the position I'm in." Eddie Hearn also made his stance clear. While he acknowledged Dubois as the favorite on paper, his belief in Parker was rooted in admiration for the fighter. To him, Dubois' current momentum was undeniable, but Parker's preparation and determination made him a real threat in this matchup. In his eyes, Parker had given himself every chance to turn this into a highly competitive fight.
Yeah, only because I love Joe. I think on paper, you have to favour Daniel Dubois. He's on the form of his life. His confidence has to be through the roof. I just think the way Joe is right now, he's giving himself every opportunity to be very competitive in this fight.
Frank Warren, on the other hand, has no doubts about Dubois' superiority. For him, Dubois' recent fights told the full story. Victories over undefeated fighters, pushing Usyk to his limits, and a dominant showing against Anthony Joshua. From Warren's perspective, this wasn't just about Dubois winning, it was about him proving why he belonged at the top. He believed Dubois' confidence was justified, and that Parker was stepping into a fight he simply couldn't win.
You're his promoter, so obviously you're going to back Daniel, but why are you so confident he knocks Joseph Parker out?
Well, they're both Queensberry fighters, but I'm confident in Daniel because I think he's on such a roll at the moment. His last 4 fights, he fought 3 undefeated fighters, including Usyk. He hurt Usyk. I want to go into all the controversy, but that was what it was. Babe Miller, tough fight, 12 rounds, knocked him out in the last round. Hrgovic, 3 rounds, first 3 rounds were tough rounds for him, getting caught with that right hand, gritted his teeth, come through it and broke Hrgovic's heart. Got the interim title and then fought AJ, 2-time world champion, and done an absolute job. You know, he is on a roll.
Simon Jordan took a similar stance, emphasizing the difference between Dubois and Parker's recent opponents. In his view, Parker's wins over Zhang and Wilder didn't mean much when facing someone like Dubois. He warned that engaging in Dubois' style of fight would be a mistake, as Parker wouldn't be able to withstand the power and aggression.
Daniel Dubois, I don't see much beyond Daniel. I think Joseph Parker has metamorphosized under Andy Lee, but I think Zhilei Zhang and a Deontay Wilder that's no longer the Deontay Wilder that we knew once before is not the same as Daniel Dubois.
However, Simon acknowledged one possible path for Parker, dragging Dubois into the later rounds. But even then, he didn't see it as a reliable strategy, as Dubois had already proven he could survive deep waters. To him, Dubois wasn't just the favorite, he was the man who could challenge Usyk in the future.
I think the worst thing that Joseph Parker can do is meet Daniel Dubois in the middle of the ring, because if he does, I think he's going to get knocked out quick. I think that's the last thing he may well do, because it's a very different dynamic with a young, fast, aggressive, hard-hitting Daniel Dubois that will be fighting Daniel Dubois' fight, and Daniel Dubois will win that fight easily. Is if he can take Daniel down the stretch and potentially put him into slightly deeper waters than he's been in before, albeit that's not proven because he's done it against Hrgovic, he's done it in other fights. I think this is Daniel Dubois' time. I think that he is potentially the guy that could beat Usyk if indeed that fight that Usyk has alluded to is the one that he's interested in, which is the winner of Parker versus Dubois.
Along with these takes out in the open, Usyk's recent statements have added another layer of intensity to an already heated matchup. Speaking to Sky Sports News, he expressed, "I will fight who will win. Joseph Parker, Daniel Dubois, no problem. I think 2 years, 1.5. I feel great myself. I feel I have 2 fights to prepare." By openly declaring his intention to face the winner of Dubois versus Parker, he has shifted some of the spotlight from their fight onto a future showdown. This revelation has only increased the stakes, adding further pressure on both Parker and Dubois. Beyond his fight plans, Usyk also weighed in on the upcoming matchup, revealing that his team favors Dubois, albeit by a slim margin. "My team has made a prediction. 52% is for Dubois, 48% is for Joseph Park," he stated. This slight edge towards Dubois suggests that Usyk and his camp see something in Dubois' style that could pose a challenge for Parker. Despite Usyk's comments, Parker has remained composed, refusing to let outside opinions distract him. He has reiterated time and again that his focus is solely on the fight in front of him. While acknowledging that future opportunities always exist, he has stressed that his preparation is centered on securing victory against Dubois. For him, any discussions beyond that, including a potential fight with Usyk, are secondary for now.
As the mindset for this fight changed completely now that you know the winner is going to get the undisputed fight, because Usyk said it, he wants to fight the winner.
The mindset hasn't, not just because Usyk said those comments, that's further down the track. That's to be worried about later. Our mindset still remains the same. There's a job to be done on the weekend, and we're going to celebrate as a team.
When asked about Usyk's prediction favoring Dubois, Parker didn't show any signs of concern. He calmly accepted that everyone is entitled to their own opinion, including Usyk and his team. However, he made it clear that his own camp sees things differently. For Parker, the opinions of his team, who have worked closely with him and studied Dubois in depth, hold far greater value than any external prediction.
Literally just asked Andy Lee about Usyk's comments about saying he thinks it's 52% Dubois and 48% Parker. Just your views and thoughts on that?
He has the right to his opinion and his comments, and that's what he thinks.
Meanwhile, veteran trainer Buddy Mcgurt has also weighed in on the fight. When asked about Parker's chances against Usyk in a hypothetical matchup, he gave Parker high praise. According to him, if there is anyone capable of beating Usyk, it would be Parker.
That matchup, that has been much talked about. How do you see it?
Well, I've known Joseph Parker. I first met Joseph Parker when he was 17 years old in New Zealand. And I said, this kid is going to be a champion.
This endorsement from an experienced coach like Mcgurt only adds to the debate, making Parker's future even more interesting, provided he gets past Dubois first. Mcgurt's faith in Parker isn't new. He recalled his first encounter with Parker back when the New Zealander was just 17 years old. Even back then, Mcgurt saw championship potential in him. Now, years later, he is standing by his belief, predicting that Parker will come out on top against Dubois. For Mcgurt, this fight is another opportunity for Parker to prove what he has always believed, that Parker has what it takes to be the best.
We know that Parker and Dubois are potentially both vying for an undisputed shot. You got Parker coming through against Dubois. Can he also beat Usyk?
If there's anyone to beat Usyk, it'd be Parker.
Meanwhile, Dubois enters this fight with a newfound mentality that sets him apart from his previous performances. Frank Warren has observed a significant shift in Dubois' attitude, noting that his determination and confidence have never been higher. According to Warren, Dubois is fully convinced of his ability to win, and this belief has fueled his rigorous training and unwavering focus. Frank expressed that his youth and hunger play a crucial role in this transformation, making Dubois an even more formidable opponent.
And Daniel brings his youth and this newfound attitude that he's got. He's got a tremendous attitude. He's got a great attitude, and he really is up for this fight and believes in it.
While Dubois has been viewed as the underdog in his last 4 fights, he has consistently defied expectations. Warren points out that his performances in those fights have showcased his true capabilities. He has not only secured victories, but has done so against undefeated fighters, proving that he thrives in high-pressure situations. According to him, this fight against Parker presents another opportunity for Dubois to demonstrate his growth and solidify his position in the heavyweight division.
Well, the last 4 fights he went into, he was an underdog in every fight. And the last 3, he showed what he was all about. You know, he well won the fights, well won them, and showed against undefeated fighters.
Parker, however, does not see himself as the underdog. While many have positioned him as such, he embraces the role of a challenger rather than someone expected to fall short. His mindset is clear. Every fight is a battle to be won, regardless of how others perceive the matchup. He has made it evident that labels do not dictate his performance, and he approaches this fight with the mentality of someone determined to prove himself once again.
Title challenger against Daniel Dubois. I wonder if that sort of has a nice ring to it. Underdog, challenger mentality. You kind of wouldn't want it any other way, or would you rather have that champion pressure?
No, I like being the challenger. I like the position we're in. We're always, well, most times we are the underdog, and we just want to go about our work and get that win.
Spencer Oliver has also leaned into the idea of Parker entering the fight as an underdog. However, he acknowledges that Parker has made key improvements in his game. By increasing his size while maintaining his athleticism, Parker has worked to ensure that he can meet Dubois head-on. Oliver has noted Parker's intent to bring the fight to Dubois, rather than simply trying to weather the storm. This approach makes for an exciting dynamic, as both fighters seem eager to test their opponent's resilience from the opening bell.
He said there, but Dubois versus Joseph Parker, what a fight that is. Joseph Parker probably goes in a 48 to 52% underdog in that one, but Parker's fancying this, man. He's put on size, you know, he looks very athletic with that size as well, and he said, you know, Daniel Dubois is going to start fast. They're going to expect me to start on the back foot. Well, guess what? I'm meeting him head on. Fire meets fire, and that's what we're going to get there. He's really up for this. The team are really up for it and all, as is Daniel Dubois. What a fight there, and obviously
Parker himself has expressed confidence in his ability to end the fight early. While he acknowledges Dubois' strengths, he remains convinced that his own finishing ability is a major weapon. He has prepared himself for any scenario, whether the fight lasts 1 round or 12. The focus on power, endurance, and technique has been central to his training camp, giving him the belief that he can capitalize on any opportunity that arises during the fight.
You know, I think any fighter can put any fight away early. It's just about being structured in your approach and landing the big shots. And by going into this fight, it's I am ready to go 1 round, 12 rounds, whatever it is. You know, I'm been working on power and speed and endurance and technique, skills, combinations. So everything is on point.
it's just about going out there and putting on display.
Gareth A. Davies has also weighed in on the fight, acknowledging that Parker's ability to withstand early pressure will be crucial. He believes that if Parker can navigate through the initial rounds, the fight could become significantly tougher for Dubois. However, his ultimate prediction leans toward Dubois securing a stoppage victory between rounds 6 and 8. Davies sees Dubois' relentless pursuit of a finish as the key factor in this matchup, viewing his knockout power as the decisive element that could tip the fight in his favor.
If Parker can weather an early storm, it could be a very dangerous fight for Dubois, but I just think Dubois will get a stoppage rounds 6 to 8, and I'm pinning it to those fights, but I just think he's like an Exocet missile. He's going for victory, Dubois by knockout.
Frank Warren has reinforced the magnitude of this fight, stating that it is one of the toughest challenges for either fighter. While he does not compare it directly to Usyk, he recognizes the immense stakes involved.
Yeah, I think it is. I think it, well, I can't say out of Usyk, but yeah, it is. And Usyk's 3-belt champion, #1 heavyweight in the world. Tyson's retired. The #1 and #2 are fighting each other.
Warren further emphasized that the winner of this fight will be in a prime position for a future title shot, making it a career-defining moment for both fighters. He understands the significance of this opportunity and expects both men to give everything they have in pursuit of victory.
They both fancy it. Joe, I've been talking to him. He's very, very confident. His team are confident. And the same with Daniel.
Beyond Parker and Dubois, the entire event has been hailed as a spectacle. Eddie Hearn has emphasized the scale of this fight card, calling it an unmatched event in boxing history. From the sheer depth of talent to the importance of each bout, this fight night has been constructed as an unforgettable showcase. The excitement surrounding it is undeniable, with every fight on the card contributing to an atmosphere of anticipation and high stakes.
Eddie, can you remember a better event?
You can't even compare. There hasn't even been one close. I mean, look, you know, our job is to hype up our own shows. We've both put on some great shows. Nothing. I mean, I'll be honest, it's too many, right? You know, when they were building the card, we were sitting there and he just kept on going. And we're going, what? You don't need that one. Oh, I like that one. No, let's put that on as well. Let's make the best card we've ever seen. We say that all the time. This is it.
As the fight approaches, the expectations continue to build, with Parker embracing the challenge, Dubois carrying momentum, and multiple experts offering differing predictions. This contest has all the ingredients to be a classic. The outcome remains uncertain, but one thing is clear. Both fighters are stepping into the ring with everything to gain and nothing to lose. The battle ahead will not only define their futures, but also set the stage for what comes next in the heavyweight division. If you found this video informative, make sure to like the video and subscribe to our channel. Who do you think is the real underdog in this fight, and who will earn the chance to face Usyk next? Drop your thoughts in the comments below.